the hollers and hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with another episode. Stay tuned. Boo! As you can see, the sun is out and beautiful. It has been for a couple hours now. It was nasty earlier today and raining. The news came, and that's where all the rain hit and everything else. But check this out. Look at that. Is that not just a beautiful, big old nice carrot? Love that carrot. Got another one over here. She's looking so good. Oh, so good. Oh, do we got a hole there? Please don't be bad. Get out of there, spider. Is that going bad? I hope it ain't going bad. We may have to trim that up a little bit again. Whenever it's looking good, this one here's trying to grow back. Tomatoes are just doing what they're doing. And they're trying to push out a couple extras. That thing there is nice looking, but I don't think it's very heavy. It feels pretty light. So, cover that back up. Just feels like a big old air balloon. Try to cover these up. The wind has been horrible today. I need to go down here and look at my corn. See what we're talking about? Bad, really bad, really bad, really bad. I don't know what it's blowing in, but it can't be good if it's blowing like that, right? It just absolutely cannot be any good blowing like that. It's about to blow everything I got away and down and everything. Oh, mercy. Just trying to keep things going here. And you got to keep on growing. You need cover from the sun. There we go. Now, anyhow, I'm going to continue to do this, and I'm going to let you guys watch the video that we shot today with the news.
To win some more, here's Jordan Massey with the story.
Here's the size of the average pumpkin you may find in the grocery store. But there's a patch in the community that sells pumpkins nearly 50 times this size. Ryan Cook is a local giant grower, and here's a look inside of his garden. Ryan Cook started growing giant plant items last year and already holds the most state records for large produce. Some of the pumpkins weigh nearly 1,000 pounds, and he takes his largest pumpkins to weigh-offs where he's won awards and people can buy them.
Last year I got the Howard Dill Award. That is an award given for the prettiest pumpkin at a weigh-off. This year I also got another Howard Dill Award for the one where I'm standing at now. So that makes my second. That one right there will probably be the third Howard Dill Award. There's some growers that's been growing 15 years and they don't have one.
Ryan uses genetically proven seeds for these pumpkins, which he plants indoors in early April. During this time, he does prep work on the soil in his garden, putting the seeds in the ground by the middle of May. He pollinated the seeds this year between late June and early July, and spends a lot of time in the field taking care of his plants.
It's like a 24/7 job out here, literally. I mean, I can get up, out here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and literally work all day. Sometimes to water this entire patch in the middle of the summer, it was taking over 6 hours to water everything.
The pumpkins alone require about 100 gallons of water each day. He grew over 20 different types of giant produce this year. In Summers County, Jordan Massey, Newswatch.
Thanks so much, Jordan. And Ryan Cook first started his garden back in 2008. Then, after seeing his father grow a large pumpkin in 2016, he felt to start growing giant produce himself. Ryan also plans to get a weigh-off set up in West Virginia, hoping to have the first to take home first place during the Bridge Day next year. And don't go away, Brianna's full look at our weather heading in.
And so, about how long would it take for some of the pumpkins that you have here to grow to the size of this?
Okay, so it starts in early April. We plant the seed early April, starting in September. And we like to get them in the ground. This year was a little bit later because of the weather and temperatures. But after that, we just get the plants going and try to get them as big as possible, as fast as possible. We like to get them out to about 11 foot first before we set any fruit at all. And once we start setting fruit, we start looking at them, calling them, deciding on shape and position of the fruit in the patch. And we try to plan everything out ahead for whatever might come in the future. And that's how we start growing them. And like I said, some of these have been pollinated June 29th all the way through July 11th.
And
A vast array of things. They are pretty much organic. They're not organically proved like whatever you call it, crap. That's that.
you're gonna go where it all.
They're not
Organic?
They're organic, but they're not listed.
Been growing produce, and is this something that you do full time?
So I started growing when I came back from Iraq I came back in 2006, started growing in 2008. That was my first garden, and I just love gardening. It's peaceful, it's relaxful, and it's joyful to sit there and watch plants grow. Then I started growing giants last year. That was my first try at any giants at all, and I got hooked on it.
And can you talk about some of the awards that you won for your efforts?
Yes, so last year I got the Howard Dill Award. If I was to pull them back off of the vine, I usually use my side-by-side with a winch and 2 tow straps hooking around, and then my wife will gently bump the winch, and we just move it literally inches at, or half inch at a time, because you got to be careful because you'll snap them off the vine. Other times when we can't get the winch to them, I put a T-post in the ground and take ratchet straps or something of that nature and just ratchet them until they start moving.
And then, so, about how many pies do you think a pumpkin of that size?
Guys, getting ready to graft and transfer this plant into that bucket and everything and graft some. So we're going to take and sterilize our knife. It's a brand new blade, but it's just been out for a couple days where I haven't gotten to it. Get all that sterilized. Just use the alcohol. Get both sides of the blade. Alright, sterilize anything that you're going to use that's going to come in contact with the plants. We're going to get the plant real quick. I'm going to grab this pockmark orange out of here. It's the biggest plant we have, thus going to be the best option for this in total. So I got to get me a shovel and things, get this out of here with as much root mass as I can, and we'll be right back. A lot of that root ball. That's a nice set of root there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it in here now, plant it, and we'll put a little bit more soil on the top, get it nice and buried up, and then we're going to start pruning back all this plant and start to insert our grafts in all these branches. So let's get to it. Got a big old haul of peppers. These are the pockmark orange that we're going to be using the plant for our hopefully Guinness World Record experiment. Take your butts back over there right now. All right, so after the wind blew this over once already, finally got it in there and somewhat stabilized. It shouldn't blow over again. I put my Azos and Mycos in it. Got it all covered up real good. Now we're going to start inserting and making cuts and inserting plants and using our tape and our all-weather protection here. So our tree wound stuff. So I'm going to trim back everything, show you kind of what we're going to do here. So we're going to trim And most of these big leaves off the bottom, because the bottom is where most of these are going to be going into, okay? So we want to trim off all those bottom leaves. I'll leave all these baby ones here because those will help generate the power for the upcoming months as this tree starts to heal, okay? Now, I'm going to start down here on these low branches, probably about right in here, okay? So probably 8 inches from the bottom, from where the dirt is, and I'm going to need to get some more dirt and put on top of this. So keep that in mind, that there will be more dirt added to this. And I just didn't want to add more cow manure than that. I just wanted to get it set so we can start working on it and stuff. So it's good to go for now. I will end up adding more supports up through here, but what we're going to do is we're going to come in here with a knife. We're going to pick us out our things. We're coming right in here, and we'll start posting up our cuts. All right, the things that we're going to graft into this, and we'll mark them with our labels here. I've already got the labels wrote on, and I'm gonna double tape them, and then put a hole punch in them, and then string them up to it so that everyone is marked properly, done properly. We know what branch is what until we get all the branches on. I will probably end up having to prune some of this top half off of it, and that'll be all right. We'll do that just whenever we get towards the end of this. So let's start getting cuttings put on and start getting in. So when you're selecting your new one, right, you don't really need any that's going to have any blooms or anything on it directly, because those blooms are going to probably fall off and everything. You can cut them with it, you know, like this ahi charpita, it's loaded with bloom. And so, but you want to try to pick one that's not really loaded and is pretty little, right? You know, the littler the better, right? So this one here is pretty little right here that I'm touching right there. It's pretty small, and so is this one. But I don't know, you want to pick a good, you know, small but yet decent size one that you think you can get to live. So I'm going to go with this branch right here. All right, so we're going to cut that branch off. Get y'all held up there. Cut that branch off at that juncture. So now we have it. Now we're going to go over here, and then we'll show you what to do with it next. All right, guys, so you're over here, you're on your clean table. Oops, sorry. Okay, guys, you're on your clean table. You got your clean tools and stuff. What you're gonna want to do is, let me zoom out. There we go. Take it right here, and let's see a little bit. Make one cut like that, and then another cut the opposite way. All right, you want to make it like sharp, right? So hang on a minute. Okay, so there it is. Now what we're going to do is we're going to skin it back just a little bit. We're going to go over here, and we're going to make a cut into the wood this way into it, okay? And then we're going to stick the branch in the cut. So let me do that. So there is an ahi charpita put on. We put our tree wound on, and then we put our paraffin stuff there. It's supposed to disintegrate, be all right for the plants. So keep working our way up. You can see here, that's how we made our little tag right there. And we just got it double taped, and we put our little hanger there, and everything's good. So we're gonna go all the way up through here with it, and I'll show you what we get when we're done. So got that done. We have ahi charpita, buena mulata, Bishop's Crown, Peach Reaper, Jigsaw, and then a Haber Reaper right there. I got to mark it down. And then the pockmark orange, of course, is the parent plant. Trying to pick off every one of these buds as I see them. They just keep popping up. So there's a bunch of them here. We're just trying to pick them all off. Don't want any blooms going on right now. I want this thing concentrating on healing itself and throwing roots out. Don't want it focused on any flowering just right yet. I want everything to go to roots, filling that bucket up with roots, good roots, and healing itself up and healing the grafts up and everything. So we'll continue on this journey. Every day I'll come and I'll add, 4 or 5 more, or maybe even more than that, if the day will allow it. I'm gonna put this into the greenhouse on this side of it, so it's shadier over there, good temp. It will, just allow it to heal itself up a little bit better on that side. This will end up going inside just as soon as we're done getting everything grafted to it, and hopefully it can withstand everything. I'm going to graft on the ends of them as well, where we've cut off some of them once they heal up and everything. So right now, let me get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this stem right here, on that one. Right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 of them got on there. So 6, 12, 18, hang on, 24, 36. I could fit like 36 on that bottom on those. That's why I picked it. You got to have a really big plant to allow for, 40 to 50 different varieties. So anyhow, we'll end up here. We'll end up putting some of the smaller ones up in here. I'm going to paint all of these nubs so no moisture comes out of them. So show you what I mean. Take this right here. We're going to paint every one of these right here like this, just like so. If it was cut, we're going to heal it up. Put some tree wound stuff on it, get that healed up good. There's one that's breaking off, so go ahead and pick that off. Pull that off. Put some tree wound on there. We want tree wound on every cut, so it does not allow any moisture to leak out. We want all the moisture saved back that we can save back on this plant, and so it can heal up as fast as possible. So, like I say, pull off every bud that you see while you're doing stuff like this. Pick them off as you see them, because you're not going to get every one of them, I guarantee it, until they start flowering and stuff. So you're just going to have to pick every day. You're going to have to pick them. Come and look and pick. All right, so, and you may even miss a couple of places that you've cut. Try not to, though. Try not to. Try to get all those. That way you ain't got no issues. It'll be warmer in the greenhouse from here on out. It's getting really cold. In fact, that's why I'm going in right now, because it is super cold out here right now. And the plants probably don't have much longer to make it out here. So we're going to start harvesting all the peppers off of them and putting them up. And overwintering some of them, some of the harder ones to grow. We're going to overwinter those, and the ones that aren't so hard to grow we'll toss out. So but the harder ones, some of my harder peppers, ahi charpitas and the manzanos, and some of the super hots that are super hard to grow and take forever to grow in a year, we're gonna put those up. So I think we got it all done. So put all this up, put that rascal into the greenhouse and get it secure for the night. But that's the start of it, guys. That's the start of a pepper tree with 40 to 50 different varieties, just depending on how many I can fit. I may have to, continue this process next year. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put the ones that I'm not going to overwinter. I'll start putting those like the Cuero de Toros, the jalapenos, the laches, and all those, the sweet peppers and stuff. I'll put them under this, and I'll leave the super hots that I'm going to overwinter. I'll do those from now on probably last, unless I got plenty of time to do it. I'll probably do those last. That way I'll have them overwintered, and I can pull them and put them in on this plant inside the house, and won't have to worry about rushing to do anything. So, because I'm afraid that if I put too many marks on the tree and they don't heal up quick enough, that I might end up killing the plant before it can do anything, and I don't want to do that. Of course, if those grafts heal up good, it won't really matter if the tree dies back a lot, because next year those grafts should come back to life. So, and hopefully we'll have the first of its kind, and that's pretty exciting. I get excited about stuff like that. All right, guys, so we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button, that notification bell. Don't get the
Good job. Here you go. Thank you.
Don't get the
Don't forget to share. Yep. There you go. Good job. And
And
subscribe.